before the KU and the Alliance were at each other's throats. Kerbins' fossil fuels were nearly depleted. The only alternative fuel left was water. Using electrolysis, the water could be broken down into hydrogen and oxygen. And while liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen was great for rockets, liquid hydrogen would burn too hot for any combustible engine to use. Because of this, gas prices would soar, and many Kerbals would find themselves either walking to work or taking one of the few community buses that were still running. While very unorthodox, drastic measures had to be made in order to keep commerce and logistics flowing. Other than land vehicles, including civilian land vehicles such as cars and trucks, everything, from planes to ships, would be refitted and redesigned to use rockets instead of gas-powered engines. In time, even brand new vehicles would be designed solely for rocket propulsion. Even though rocket fuel could be made cheaply and in great quantities, the rocket engine itself was still very inefficient. And as such, the range of these vehicles would be extremely limited. However, one brave aviation scientist would have a dream, and that was to build the world's first electric engine, capable of traveling for hundreds of miles before needing to recharge. Dr. Inter Kerman would name his creation the Interdrive. Over many years, the Interdrive would be perfected. Thousands of long-range aircrafts would be built. Because of the weight and speed of the aircrafts during takeoff and landing, they had to use skids, as wheel technology of the time would break under such stresses. The skids, however, were prone on getting stuck in rough terrain. Scientists and engineers would start to attach boosters to aircraft trying to take off in rough terrain. However, in time, boosters would be incorporated into the design of the aircraft. The aircraft itself would only need to be refueled after every other landing. But like any technological marvel, the government would find some way to militarize it. The long-range cargo plane would be refitted to be a flying fortress, capable of delivering its payload of death hundreds of miles away. They would then attempt to create a fast and deadly fighter plane using the interdrive in tandem with a rocket engine. All too quickly, however, the military would discover that the interdrive was not perfect. Speeds in excess of 50 meters per second would cause the interdrive to fail. At this point in history, the KU and the Alliance were at the doorstep of war. Scientists and engineers of the Alliance would create a new prototype engine. It would be capable of not only greater range, but also greater speeds without becoming unstable. This new experimental engine would be installed in the world's first flying laboratory. Its mission would be to fly to the North Pole and stop at every biome collecting science along the way. It would be called Project Athena. The KU, however, had different plans. They would proceed to colonize Minmus.